Good morning and good afternoon and good evening. I could see a lot of participants from a different time zone. Thank you. I welcome you all for this webinar session. And let me introduce myself. I am Kumar. I head the business for Cetas. And we are glad to once again welcome you all for this session, the streamlining B2B buying with NB Procure B2B marketplace connector. And I would also like to take this opportunity to introduce our speakers. Murali, founder and director of Cetas, followed by Magesh Reddy, a senior solution architect of Amazon Business. And during the session, if you have any questions, feel free to type it on the chat. We'll be glad to look into the questions and answer. And also we'll have a separate Q&A session post the webinar, and where we will can have 5 to 10 minutes where we'll be able to answer all your questions and move forward. And over to you, Murali. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Kumar. Welcome you all to this webinar on NB Procure and how it can streamline the B2B buying with the B2B marketplace connector. My name is Murali Avanamuthu, one of the founder director of Cetas. I have over 30 years of experience in business applications, and I am joined today by Magesh Reddy, senior solutions architect from Amazon Business, who has a lot of expertise in implementing Punchout and marketplace integrations for various enterprise procurement applications. Next. So the agenda for today is to give you an introduction of what NB Procure add-on on Business Central is all about, and we will give you an introduction about Amazon Business and what are the various business benefits Amazon Business offers, and how it helps in addressing various procurement challenges. And we will introduce the NB Procure B2B marketplace connector add-on. And we will also give you a live demo of the Punchout journey. And we will give you information about how you can get started with this app. Next. So NB Procure is an add-on solution built to extend the procure-to-pay process within Business Central, and it automates various procure-to-pay process like acquisition, vendor onboarding, vendor evaluation, budget controls, and various other processes. And it also has an optional vendor portal, which is hosted on Azure, and you can use the vendor portal to collaborate with your vendor ecosystem. Next. So why a customer should look for NB Procure? Because it gives various automation facilities of procure-to-pay cycle. Like, for example, it helps you to float multiple requests for quotes to your vendors, helps you to compare the quotes and release purchase orders. And, it even has Azure Document AI-based invoice automation and so on. So with all these facilities, it can help you to control your procurement cost and streamlines the budget control, and it reduces a lot of manual errors which can happen in the B2B process. And being built within Business Central, it has the familiar interface of Business Central, and it's much easier for the procurement team or the end users to come on board and use the NB Procure app. Next. I'll now hand over to Magesh for talking about the Amazon Business itself. Over to you, Magesh.
Thank you, Murali. Hello, everyone. Now, let me tell you a bit about Amazon Business. Amazon Business was launched back in 2015. It is Amazon's tailored B2B solution for corporate customers, where the organizations can configure, make purchases, and control their spend. We work with all kinds of customers, from small businesses to large enterprises. Amazon Business is currently available in 11 countries. Throughout these years, we have constantly added new features to improve the experience for our customers. Some of the key features to call out are the Business Prime, which is great Amazon diverse services, and a climate-friendly program that includes thousands of items. The other key features, especially for this webinar, is integration capabilities with partners like Microsoft Dynamics NB Procure, and others. NB Procure is one of the few platforms that provide purchasing capabilities with Amazon Business for Business Central users. Now, you might be wondering why Amazon Business? What makes it different? So let me share some compelling benefits. One of the biggest benefits is business pricing and the selection with more depth and breadth of products and quantity discounts. When compared to Amazon Retail Marketplace, the price is more competitive on Amazon Business Marketplace. Multi-user accounts. Most organizations buy on Amazon in some form. Having all user expenses at one centralized environment can be very empowering. With Amazon Business, you can ultimately optimize the spend. You can also separate transactions and users either by department, cost center, or by location. Bulk ordering. Take the use case of admins ordering for summer camps or special events, or ordering items for all employees across the organization. So it's an opportunity to utilize the bulk order capabilities and to utilize the quantity discounts. We understand the purchasing takes approvals on the customer organization side. It has to go through the approval workflow. So as long as the user gets the request approved within 7 days, the inventory and the price is guaranteed. Now let's talk about compliance. This is one of the key factors to have better control over the organization spend. When an organization is allowing users to purchase on a dynamic marketplace like Amazon Business with millions of products, they need to have some control and put some guardrails. With Amazon Business account, organizations have an option to define purchasing policies and preferences. So the admin can define preferred suppliers, preferred items, restrict or block certain items. Now, the business analytics. Understanding multiple dimensions of organization spend is crucial. You can monitor the organization purchasing behavior across spend, across categories, SRP, say if you have KPIs or metrics around sustainability, climate friendly, diversity, small business, veteran owned, women owned, over 70 different data points are captured and given on a specific order. So your team can benchmark and be able to report back to any type of purchases on Amazon Business and plan accordingly for your future purchases. Business Prime. This is the biggest value add. Fast and free delivery on Prime eligible items. It also provides the guided buying policies to restrict, block certain items. Access to digestible dashboards, gain visibility in purchases, whether the aggregate shipping savings or insights into your sustainable purchases. Wish list. This feature allows users to build their cart, build their list, and share the cart with admin or secretary within the organization who will review and place the orders on behalf of the users. So this is a very good use case in those scenarios. Now let's go over tails and challenges. Credit card purchases. Employees make purchases using their credit card or P card. Some may require drive to the store and pick up from retail location. Expense reimbursement. Some employees make purchases separately and expense it. The organization do not have visibility into these transactions and require manual intervention. Special requests. Some specific purchases require special approvals within the organization, which is time consuming and incorporate additional delays. Offline requests. Due to lack of guidance, some users may make offline requests, which are ended up in compliance challenges. Now, Murali will cover how to address these challenges using NB Procure Marketplace Connector and Amazon Business Integration.
Thank you, Mahesh. So coming to the NB Procure B2B Marketplace Connector, which is an independent app on the NB Procure itself, but built specifically to integrate with Amazon Business. It leverages the CXML protocol to deliver a direct punch-out process, allowing users to shop live from within BC on the Amazon platform. So what are the various benefits? So you get real-time access to Amazon Business catalogs, and you can minimize the data entry between these two systems, and the order processing becomes streamlined. So eventually you get to manage the tail spend much more effectively. Next. So how would this app help you to improve the Amazon B2B purchasing process? So it centralizes the spend, like Mahesh said, instead of the expense reimbursement or the corporate card route. Here you get to control the spend from within your ERP system. And because the orders are synced up and ASN and invoices are automatically sent from Amazon directly into your Business Central ERP, so it helps you to process the documents faster, and you get an access to real-time pricing and the stock availability on the Amazon platform. And overall, you get an end-to-end visibility of your entire procurement process. Next. So let's talk a little bit about Punchout integration itself. So what is Punchout integration? Like I said, using the CXML protocol, it has a seamless integration between the Amazon Business account and the Business Central environment. So why would you need a Punchout integration? So it provides an employees with streamlined access to Amazon Business from within Business Central, and it helps you to adhere to the various procurement policies and budget controls your organization has, and helps you to have the visibility and tracking of the organizational spend. So how is this getting implemented? So you have a credential which is generated in the Amazon Business account, which Mahesh will cover in a bit. And the same credentials will have to be configured within Business Central in our B2B Connector app. And once that is all in place, you will be able to enjoy the punch-out process. Next. So we'll now look at the overall punch-out order journey between the NB Procure app, which is within Business Central, and the Amazon Business platform. Next. So you will initiate a punch-out session into Amazon Business from within the purchase requisition window of NB Procure. And this goes as a punch-out setup request into the Amazon Business. And once you are within Amazon Business, you will be able to look up your items and then add those items into the shopping cart. And once you added all the items, you can complete the checkout process. And using a punch-out order message, the information comes back into your purchase requisition, which you started with, and you will see the items being populated. And based on your approval process, which is configured within Business Central, you'll be able to complete the necessary approvals and convert the purchase requisition into an order. Once a purchase order is created in Business Central, this will now be pushed into Amazon Business, and Amazon Business will be able to accept this purchase order and issue a purchase order acknowledgement. So that becomes order confirmation. And the Amazon Business also sends information like advance shipment notice, ASN, and the purchase invoice. All that documents will be electronically integrated into the NB Procure app, and you will be able to process all of them after matching the invoice and so on. So that is the overall punch-out order journey. Next. Now we will be able to see a live demo of this punch-out order journey. Let's start with the Business Central environment first. Now we are within Business Central. This is our NB Procure app, the purchase requisition functionality. You'll be selecting the Amazon as a vendor, and then choose the address and click on navigate to Amazon B2B. So this is the triggering point for you to be transferred from within Business Central into the Amazon Business shopping experience. Yeah, so the system has taken your credentials and matched with the Amazon Business account, and you will now be able to look for the items which you are looking for. Add those items into the cart. Once you're done with all your items selection, you will review the shopping cart. And once you're happy with the items, then you can go ahead and check out. So Amazon Business asks you to choose the where address. And a final check, and you submit the order. Because we have done the Punchout integration, now this shopping cart information is transferred into the Business Central ERP system from where we started. Now we are back within Business Central, and you can see this push pin item has been added to the purchase requisition. You can go ahead and release this purchase requisition. And if there are approvals, then you will have to complete the approvals. In our case, we don't have any approval cycle defined. So once the document is released, you can go ahead and convert this requisition into an order. Now the purchase order is created successfully. We can navigate to the purchase order we just created from within the purchase requisition window. Again, at the order level, if you have any approval cycles, you can go ahead and process it. You can see this push pin item and the freight charges are also added. Now you should release this purchase order and go ahead and send it to Amazon. Now this action will post the purchase order onto the Amazon platform. Then, like I said in the journey, you will get the acknowledgement from Amazon as well as the ASN and invoice. We will look at how that ASN and invoice look like for another purchase order, which we have earlier processed for the sake of demo. So you can see the ASN, one or more ASNs against this PO, and you can also see the invoices against this PO. So that pretty much completes the Punchout journey. Now, Mahesh will cover how this whole thing can be set up from the Amazon B2B side in terms of setting up of the business account and the credentials. Then we will come back to Business Central as to how you can get this done in the back so that the Punchout journey, which we just demonstrated, you will be able to experience it. Over to you, Mahesh.
Thank you, Murali. Now that we have seen the end-to-end flow and the demo, now let's see what goes behind the scene. How can we configure and how to enable Punchout integration with Amazon Business through NB Procure Marketplace Connector? It's very quick and easy to enable Punchout integration with Amazon Business. It can be done in 3 simple steps. Generate credentials on Amazon Business, configure in NB Procure, and test the connectivity. So I will cover the step 1, how to generate the credentials, what to check on Amazon side of it. Then I will hand it over to Murali to show where to configure an NB Procure and connectivity validation. So this is how your Amazon business account looks like. If you do not have an Amazon business account, you can create one. It's free. And as an admin, you can go to business settings, and under user management, you can click on groups. So this is where you can create a group for each of your procurement platform, or if you want to separate transactions by department, you can still do that. So for the case of this example, I will create a group here. And you have an option for shared and individual payment methods and shared addresses. So for the demo, I will keep it as shared. Once you click on add group, the group will be created. And I click on the group. On the group, you can, under system integrations, you can configure purchasing system. Here you need to select D365 NB Procure. And credentials will be generated here. I hit save. So these are the credentials you need to configure on NB Procure. So the punch-out identity, shared secret, and the URLs and the purchase order URL. And this is very important screen. So you will be able to see the status as test. As long as your group is in test mode, you can make purchases, you can place orders. You will receive test invoices, test confirmations, but your items will not be shipped and your card or your pay-by invoice will not be charged. Right? Once your testing is done, you can click on switch to active mode. That's when the status will be active. So from that point, orders will be shipped and considered as production orders. We also have meticulously crafted self-service guide for this integration, so that you will be able to see what changes, like what to configure on NB Procure side, what to configure on Amazon side. So up until here, Amazon side of the configuration. And here you can actually see on NB Procure how to search for the app and where to configure. So we have very detailed steps outlined here in the self-service guide. And you can also configure your order confirmations and ASNs here, so that your system will receive confirmations once the items are confirmed on Amazon side, and also once they're shipped, you will receive ship notifications. Now that we have generated these credentials as step one, which is very quick, now Murali will demonstrate how to configure them on NB Procure side.
Thank you, Mahesh. So the starting point of this NB Procure journey is go to Microsoft Appsource, which is the marketplace for the add-ons listed on Microsoft. You just search for Cetas. And not only NB Procure, we have several add-ons as well. Some of the add-ons we have are NB Projects, which is for construction and engineering industry vertical. And we have a plant maintenance add-on called NB Asset. And we have a quality control app called NB Quality, and so on and so forth. Now let's look at the NB Procure B2B Marketplace Connector, which is an add-on on top of NB Procure, and it's available for free trial. So you can go ahead and download this app onto your tenant. And once that is in place, you will complete the assisted setup process. And then we will now be able to show you the configurations, which Mahesh showed on the Amazon end, how you would configure from within NB Procure app. So you have various setup, like what is the Amazon vendor code and other aspects. And then you'll be able to configure the credentials which were generated in the Amazon end. And these are all the various setup you need to do for experiencing the punch-out journey, which we earlier demonstrated. So we have now concluded our live demo of the webinar. Let's go back to the presentation just to have a real recap. So Just to recap, NB Procure is an add-on built for Business Central, built within Business Central, and it has various functionalities to automate the procure to pay process. And being within Business Central, it's much easier for your buying team and the finance team to get on board and use the app. And it's relatively low priced and very easy to implement and get going with the various self-service guides like I showed. We have videos and other tools to get you help in using the app. Next. So just a quick word about Cetas. So we have been in the business for about 15 years doing only Microsoft Dynamics and other Microsoft technologies. And we are a team member of 160 plus. And we have 12 plus add-ons listed on Appsource. And we serve over 300 plus customers. Next. So this is the contact us page. So you have information about our email ID and the various contact numbers. You can get in touch with us. And of course, you can look us up on the Appsource and look for our apps. Thank you for joining, and we will stay tuned for a couple of more minutes. If there are any questions, we'll be happy to answer them. Go ahead and put it in the Q&A window, chat window, and we'll be able to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you, Murali. Thank you, Magesh. I could see that there are 3 questions. One is from Kamal from Advia, and there is a NB Procure app works independently, or do we need to have a Business Central as a base actually? So I think this was the earlier question.
Yeah, so NB Procure is, like I said, built within Business Central. So obviously Business Central is a prerequisite. You will be able to use NB Procure only when you have Business Central tenant.
There's a second question from Margaret from MVP, and question is on the implementation timelines.
Sure. So NB Procure can be set up and configured, and we are talking about within a week, you can get up and running on NB Procure. If it involves a vendor portal also for collaboration, maybe that would take probably another week. But the app within Business Central, which is what we kind of demonstrated, especially the Punchout journey, that's much easier. In fact, you can do it on your own. But if you do need our help, we are available to help you out.
Yeah, just to add on to that, right? So even from Amazon Business, we're more than happy to offer dedicated support. We do not charge anything for our implementation, but we'll be more than happy to assist during the implementation phase and make sure it's tested and you're ready for production.
Thank you, Manish.
Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you, Murali. One last question is from Ravi, and I think it says it is a license implication. So I think he's asking about what are all the licenses prerequisite or a license we need to, one is NB Procure and anything on the Amazon side.
Yeah. So like we mentioned, the NB Procure app is has BC as a prerequisite because it works within BC. And it works for all flavors of Business Central, for example, the essential or the premium licenses as well. And yeah, that's basically the license aspect of it. And the NB Procure itself is priced based on the per user per month model. And the portal itself is on a per month basis. It's a subscription licensing. So you will have your own infra, but we will deploy the solution on your infra. So that's basically how the portal is deployed. I hope that addresses any license questions.
Yes, Murali. Yeah. I think I could see the thumbs up there. So yeah. So
yeah. Also add on Amazon side, right? So creating a business account is free. There is no charge to it. And also for implementation, as I mentioned earlier, there is no cost involved from the customer side. So if customer choose to use the level of different level of business prime, right? So that is where there is a charge involved, but otherwise for the regular purchase, no specific or no dedicated charge to Amazon Business.
Thank you, Mahesh. And I couldn't see any questions here, so good to see a few questions. Maybe we'll wait for a few seconds. If there are no questions, we can wind up, and the contact details are listed here. So feel free to reach out to us for additional information or demos. Again, for any business opportunities, we'll be glad to assist you. So we'll wait for a few more seconds and we can wind up if there are no questions. I'm not seeing any new questions. So thank you. Magesh. Thank you, Murali, for for contributing the sessions, and thank you all for joining the session. So see you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Kumar. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mahesh.
Thank you all. Bye.